Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another edition of the RWT podcast. My name is Mike Larkin, and joining me, as always, are my boys, DC Daniel Crimmins and the dead man of RWT, Paul Morales. And all I can say is, ladies and gentlemen, it was the Benito Bowl. Bad Bunny's performance, along with Lady Gaga, special appearance as well by Ricky Martin, which I did not have on my bingo card. That entire Super Bowl performance was meaningful within its message of love, not war. Hate, love triumphs over hate, and everything that man put from the presentation, the heart and soul, a marriage. It was fantastic. Go ahead, Daniel.
How the fuck has Ricky Martin not aged at all?
Why does he look like he's still in his fucking 20s?
He's 54 and does not even look like he's 54.
Like
that man doesn't. There's something in the water in Puerto Rico.
And I'm sorry, but plastic surgery is only going to get you so goddamn far,
right?
I don't know. It's something in the water. I'm telling you, it's that Puerto Rican water. I'm telling you, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. I think one of the best things, somebody translated it from Spanish, was the opening of "My name is Benito." My name is Benito Antonio Martinez Ocasio. This is my first Super Bowl. I've never performed at the Super Bowl. I'm here because I believed in myself, and you should believe in yourself and know your worth and know that you are worth more than you think. Probably one of the most profound things to ever start within the Super Bowl. He gave the football to the kid. A lot of people were kind of like saying it was kind of exemplifying the kid who unfortunately got detained with his father with ICE, the 5-year-old. So there was a lot of symbolism with migrant workers and every hardworking American out there. And I got to say, the message was just absolutely beautiful. I can't stress that enough, guys.
It was beautiful beginning to end. I understand that a lot of people, specifically the first person that we are going to show, and I realize this is not exactly a wrestling topic. I understand. Let me get out that way. Let me get that out the way.
This counts.
And it is technically a wrestling topic, given that, you know, Benito is fucking part of the WWE too. So I guess
undefeated, by the way.
Undefeated, by the way, yes. And, you know, he may have been thrown out of the Royal Rumble, and, you know, and then, of course, he had, you know, his nice little, you know, match against, you know, one Damian Priest. But still, it's a wrestling topic, damn it.
It is, yeah. I mean, it features Bad Bunny, and then we'll talk about dipshit Ba with the Ba and on the other side of those idiots. So there's a lot to discuss on that front, and then we'll get to our normal wrestling stuff. But this is wrestling related, so we are going to start with, we actually played a clip of his before on here, Piers Morgan, where the clip that we played the last time when we did this show, which was him, Vince Russo, and Phil Mushnick and the coach and all of them talking about Vince McMahon.
Fuck the Vince Russo.
Fuck the Vince Russo. So we are going to go into Piers Morgan with Megyn Kelly first here on the docket. So this has got I know. This has got everybody in an uproar. We'll talk about most of the stuff, but this is the clip that really got everybody. So this is Megyn Kelly, and she was talking about how football is ours at Piers Morgan, about Bad Bunny's Super Bowl show is the perfect example of this moment in time. Put in a time capsule, send it out into space. So this is what Megyn Kelly had to say about Bad Bunny.
I'm sorry, Piers, but to get up there and perform the whole show in Spanish is a middle finger to the rest of America. Who gives a damn that we have 40 million Spanish speakers in the United States? We have 10 million who don't speak a lick of Spanish. This is supposed to be a unifying event for the country, not for the Latinos, not for one small group, but for the country. We don't need a Black national anthem. We don't need a Spanish-speaking, non-English performer, and we don't need an ICE or America hater featured as our primetime entertainment.
Okay, what is the national language, officially the national language of the United States of America?
I mean, English. And there's been a push for many years to make it an official,
you don't have one
documented thing.
You don't have one.
If you would have let me finish my comment, I would have pointed that out, but people have been pushing to make it official.
Okay,
All right,
so
now let me
you're
tell
trying
you
to make
something.
official.
This attitude that
but
you have right here is why you in Great Britain have lost your culture. You ceded your culture to a bunch of radical Muslims who came in and took over, and now it's gone. We're not allowing that here, whether it's Hispanic, whether it's Muslim. It's not happening in the United States of America. That's why President Trump was elected. And whether it's Bad Bunny, who is American but refuses to speak English in his performances, or anybody else, we have to keep the Super Bowl, which is a quintessential American event. Football, that kind of football, is ours. They call it American football. And the halftime show and everything around it needs to stay quintessentially American. Not Spanish, not Muslim, not anything other than good old-fashioned American apple pie. There should be a meatloaf, maybe some fried chicken, and an English-speaking performer. That's what the Super Bowl should be.
Mm-hmm. So that was Megyn Kelly on Piers Morgan. Look, you know what, Paul?
I will let the Caucasian delegate go first.
Okay, you want me? I'll take this one first, and then we'll go to Dan. All right. So I did happen to see the rest of this show. I was like, this can't be as bad. I got to see how this unfolds. This woman in this entire show talked about Colin Kaepernick. Oh yeah, she went back to 2016, said, "I would rather die than take a knee." This woman also said that I can't believe people like Jay-Z would have something to do with this, and the fact that Jay-Z, don't get me started on Jay-Z and his buddy Jeffrey Epstein. I would just like to say, you know who was Jeffrey Epstein's best friend? Donald Trump. And also, this is the same woman in this friggin' conversation just looked at Piers like, oh, Piers. Like, how could Piers Morgan said, look, I went into this with a fresh viewpoint, a clean slate. I didn't listen to what anybody had to say, and he even tweeted this. This, from a theater perspective, this is probably one of the best performances I've ever seen. He even said, like everybody else was saying, that was more Christian than what the Turning Point USA halftime show was, because that was how Christians were supposed to behave and what Christianity is really about, and loving one another and united, not divided. So Piers Morgan was for it. Megyn Kelly was not. And then we got this verbal rhetoric and dribble that we got there. Listen, Megyn Kelly, number one, go fuck yourself. And number two, tell me you're racist without saying that you're racist, because you, ma'am, are a horrible person. The exact same that you said, whether it wasn't 5-year-olds, but it was only 14-year-olds. It doesn't matter with Jeffrey Epstein. They're fucking minors, you fucking dumb bitch. You have a teenage daughter. And if you truly feel that way, then not only are you a horrible person, you're a horrible mother. This woman absolutely disgusts me. Daniel Crimmins, go ahead.
Well, let me tell you something, brother. Let's do a little bit of history on that fucking dumb bitch, Megyn Kelly.
Yep.
And you know, I know that we're going to have some chuckle fucks in the comments that are going to have some shit to say about this, but this is our show. Yep. Y'all going to shut the fuck up and listen to what we got to say here, because, the professor here, he's going to take you down memory lane here. If y'all remember during the... no, I don't have an inhaler, so I'm going to tell you how we got here. Well, if you remember back into the very first Trump administration, Megyn Kelly was a very vocal critic of then President Donald Trump in his first term. She also made very, very derogatory comments that were true. And you had Donald Trump, who made very disparaging remarks against her, very misogynistic comments, which, if you need proof of that, folks, Google, YouTube, TikTok, at least for now, all free. You can find them. You can find the comments that he's made. And now she's just another bootlegging bitch. She's toting the same line that they're all toting. She's saying the same thing that they're all. Here's the thing about the Super Bowl. I didn't watch it because I was with family, and foosball's the devil.
We had this conversation. I had a family friend over for the Super Bowl, so yeah, I wasn't gonna watch it, but the family friend came over, so I'm like, all right, you know what, we'll watch it. So, and I was glad I did. Go ahead.
This is an event that is shown all over the world. They are watching it in the UK. They're watching it all over. This is a global event. But to say that, we own it.
No, we don't.
We don't own fucking football.
Nope.
We don't. Hell, why do we call it the World Series and we're the only country that fucking plays it?
Also, it's the National Football League, not the All-American Football League.
Hey, Donald Trump tried having a football league. What happened to that? Paul, you went out of business, didn't it?
Yes.
It went out of business like everything else that he's ever owned.
He tried to buy the Buffalo Bills. The league and the Bills said, nah,
No,
happened.
not happening.
So let's be real here. It doesn't belong to you. Now, I don't remember this false fucking outrage in 2021 when we had that fucking kick-ass show in LA where we had Snoop, we had Dre.
Mm-hmm.
That personally to me is still one of my absolute favorite Super Bowl shows.
I loved it.
Because it's a fucking killer show. You had Snoop doing the Crip Walk during the halftime show. Like, and you could tell Snoop was he was partying during the halftime show.
Just to add to your point too as well, this is the same Megyn Kelly in said interview that I just played for you guys, where she was like, why would we want to have Bad Bunny and his buddies Green Day when they hate America? It's not just for the fact that it's also in Spanish, that these people hate America. This is the same people like the Benny Johnsons of the world, who also can go fuck himself, was just like, they want to have all the flags at the end of it. Because, normal people like us see that it's unity and it's bringing everybody together, because at the end of the day, we're all Americans. These people like all these invaders and Dirk. Go ahead, Dan. I'm sorry.
She made the point of, it's supposed to be unifying. But then she makes these comments about, this. You don't want unity. And people that make comments like that, they don't want unity. They want conformity.
Yep.
They want us to fall in line, do whatever they say, do whatever they want. But see, here's the thing. What they want is constantly changing.
And they don't like it.
How about those files? Y'all were all for transparency then, but now, we should just move on. It's time to move on.
No.
I'm sorry, but no.
Well, you see Donald Trump's trying to be really nice to the Clintons now. Oh, Bill, I feel so sorry what's happening to Bill and Hillary. Like we weren't just trash talking them these last 10
and
years.
Now the fact that, they're both, at first we're like, no, we're not going to testify. That now it's, okay, testify, but motherfucker, make it public.
Ball is in your court, DJT. Ball is in your court.
I say, you know what? If they go down, they're going to go down swinging.
Exactly. And we will say here this right now, whoever it is, it doesn't matter if you're Republican, Democrat. If you're in this, arrest them, be held to the highest extent of the law. That's it.
I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn if Mr. Rogers is in the damn fucking files. Really, in all honesty, I don't give a damn if Mr. Rogers is in the files. If and that's the most saintliest of saintly men that we all grew up with.
Yep.
And I'm telling you right now, I don't care if he's in it. If he was alive, I'd be like, throw the fucking book at him.
Yep.
I don't care.
Exactly.
Republican, Democrat,
conservative, liberal,
whatever you fucking are. I don't care. I don't care what party you align with. I don't fucking care. Somehow the Republican side, those fucking snowflakes on that side, all of a sudden, are fragile fucking creatures. Oh, you know what? I got a better idea. Jon Stewart, have at it.
So we will go to Jon Stewart next, and then we will
just point out.
Oh, and I'll finish my rant afterwards.
Okay.
I found it absolutely hilarious that the party that preaches against participation trophies and being snowflakes threw themselves a pity party and had to have a whole nother halftime show.
Oh, we will get to that. And
y'all just caricatures of yourselves. Y'all are making fun of yourselves here. You know what?
Yep. We'll get to TPUSA and Paul's rant on Megyn Kelly.
You mean DePusa?
DePusa. Okay. Here's Jon Stewart.
When did the right become such f***ing pussies? When? Remember 2017? Remember what you hated about liberals? Oh, perpetually offended, safe spaces, censoring free speech, culture of victimhood. Remind you of anyone? I can't go 15 minutes without listening to country music. I need a separate show. Oh, that skier triggered me. I can't sleep. Not the best imitation, but you know what I'm going for.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty damn close.
This whole culture war this weekend has really demonstrated one thing. It's that for all of MAGA's triumphalism, it's not a movement that seems confident in its position. These people who control every branch of government are so triggered by someone singing in Spanish for 20 minutes, they need to create their own safe space alternative halftime show where Trad Bunny over here is singing songs about how he can't even enjoy sitting in a truck and drinking beer because he knows that somewhere out there, there's a trans person. It's actually f***ing pathetic. The gap between the power you all wield. I'm not done. The gap between the power you all wield and the victimhood you all claim is the real offense. If you didn't actually have the power to do so much damage in our country, I think we all dismiss it as a weak and pathetic pity party. That's what you're throwing. What kind of snacks would you have at a weak and pathetic pity party? Something probably have yogurt. That's right.
I'm glad. One thing I'm glad at is that you guys didn't get to hear the clip beforehand because your genuine reactions was perfect.
You know, to answer John Stewart's question about what snacks would they have at the pity party, you already know it's going to be potato salad with raisins in it, unseasoned, of course.
Unseasoned. Let me see. Let's do this in proper terms. Let me see. Unflavored fucking guacamole, because of course they need to have guacamole because
store-bought.
Store-bought guacamole. No, because if you have somebody that makes it, sometimes they don't put the right stuff into it, and then it doesn't really have enough flavor in it. And of course, they have to have their tortilla chips. And then some of them are purple, some of them are white. Of course, they have to be white because you can't have anything else.
Now, Paul, they say it tortilla.
Tortilla.
I did not say tortilla.
Or
yo no say tortilla. I said tortilla.
Or a quesadilla. Come on.
Or a quesadilla. Go for it. Continue. My bad.
Well, Paul, you're up, man, because we played it.
Let it rip.
Let it rip. Megyn Kelly and Jon Stewart.
You know what? Jon Stewart is on a fucking good one. And I love him to death because I think that if there was anybody I believe that should run for president, that would be that man right there. He doesn't need a party. I don't want him to be affiliated with a Democrat or Republican. I just want him to run as an individual. And I'm pretty sure there were so many people who would be behind him. Fact out of the way. Megyn Kelly's just a fucking moron. Half of the time, she don't even know what the hell she wants. And case in point, as you said, not first Trump administration, she was all against him. Everything that he was doing. Now, all of a sudden, she's sniffing his ass.
Drifting.
Picking his fucking gooch and taking fucking notes while she's fucking down there. Watching his little fucking twig, dangle in the fucking wind. It fucking amazes me how dumb and stupid fucking people are. It just amazes me, but it doesn't surprise me. And how fucking dumb and stupid people are. I don't care what side of the aisle you are on. The fact is that let me see. The very, very first one, it was in 1991, and I believe it was Michael Jackson. Whitney Houston did the national anthem. Michael Jackson did the halftime show, and it was fucking excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Since then, we've had a number of artists, 35 years of artists who spoke English. Well, 34 years of it speaking English. Why is it all of a sudden in this 35th year, you get one that speaks Spanish and all of a sudden he is hitting a demographic of people and it irks somebody.
A
It
growing
triggers
demographic.
somebody. It triggers somebody. And it's all these fucking pansy ass Republicans and all these pansy ass white people. Sorry, guys. Sorry ass people that just can't speak the language, choose not to speak the language, and don't care to understand. It's if you just listen to the music, feel the music, listen to the rhythm, watch what's going on. This man told about his culture. This man told about where he was raised. Do you want to know who else taught about where they were raised? The guy that performed last year.
Mm-hmm.
That guy just told you about everything he grew up with in Compton. Yes, you guys were like, oh, well, that was so ghetto. Look at him and talking about all his blackness. Who gives a shit? You want to know what? That man told a story about what went on in his hood. The neighborhood he grew up in. So what did Benito do? He went out and told you a story for 20 minutes about his life, where he grew up. He talked about a place in New York, a social club, the last Puerto Rican social club in New York, a taco stand here in LA, boxers that are Puerto Ricans, women who go get their nails done over in Puerto Rico, you know, all the fashion Latinas that, you know, that do it for a living. He surrounded the culture. And it wasn't just his own culture. He did Latino culture. And he chose to hit everywhere in South America. Mexico, South. And it gravitated towards everybody. Unfortunately, not the everybody that the people that were excluded all of a sudden got offended. Do you know in other countries, you know that they're required to in school to learn more than one language?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know that up in Canada they know French and English? You know, in Mexico, you're taught Spanish and English. And not everybody takes it. I understand that not everybody is, but your first language in Mexico is Spanish. Your first language in freaking Canada is not English, it's French. It's a mixture.
Yeah.
But you go to other countries and India, yes, you speak Pakistani. Yeah, even in Pakistan, yes, you speak the different dialects that are there, but you also learn English and you learn various other languages from other places that are around you. These are just a bunch of uneducated people who are probably educated, who just choose to bitch and complain for the sake of what? Bitching and complaining.
So I'm gonna, really break it down for people, and all with it being Bad Bunny, it goes deeper than the cultural aspect. I'm gonna expand on that. If you actually do a deep dive into this, the largest growing demographic worldwide, it's not Caucasian, it's not African American or Black, it's Latino, Latina. It's the Hispanic demographic.
It's because we like sex. That's all it is.
That's it. But if you look at the numbers of who's buying the jerseys, in largest numbers,
Latinos,
the Hispanic community. So that, if you see that, if you know that is your number one demographic or your biggest growing demographic, you're gonna play into that. Look at NASCAR. They know who's watching their product.
mm-hmm.
They play into that. It's business. Say what you want about Jay-Z. He's a businessman at the end of the day.
Yes,
and
he is.
furthermore, it wouldn't have mattered if it was Bad Bunny or there have been other people. If you look years back, they had The Who.
Yep, that's what I'm going to put up here. So
One of the absolute worst halftime shows of all time. And I'm a classic rock fan. And even I thought that was shit.
So this is what Paul Morales sent to our chat. I'm glad you brought it up. So based on analysis of the last 35 Super Bowl halftime shows, 1991 to 2025, leading into the 2026 show, at least 13 non-U.S. born headline or featured artists have performed. And here we go. Phil Collins in 2000, Enrique Iglesias in 2000, U2 in 2002, Shania Twain in 2003, Sting in 2003, Paul McCartney in 2005, The Rolling Stones in 2006, The Who in 2010, Coldplay in 2016, Shakira in 2020, The Weeknd in 2021, Rihanna in 2023, while often cited in the same context, artists from U.S. territories such as Bad Bunny, Puerto Rico, and Jennifer Lopez, born in the U.S. to Puerto Rican parents, are U.S. citizens. So we've had other non-performers.
Exactly. And I've seen the comments on Twitter saying, oh, he's not American. He can't even vote for president. Listen, dumb fucks. Puerto Rico is a U.S. territory.
Yes.
They don't get congressional representation, but they still get a presidential vote.
Yep.
If you look at the electoral breakdown, I think they only get like one, I think it's like one or two. So I mean, grand scheme of things, but you can see it. Like you can Google who won Puerto Rican presidential election 2024. You can see it. It'll tell you.
See, this right here is called Google.
Google
See, Google right here tell you. See, you could just go in this little search bar up here, and you could type stuff in, and then you could look for stuff. See, you just go up here to this top part in this bar up here, and then you just type in what you're looking for. See, and a majority of the time, it's going to tell you what you're looking for. But unfortunately, we got a lot of people who are just like, oh, well, I listen to the people on Fox News. Well, yeah, well, they ain't telling you the truth.
Right. This is this.
Oh, I watch OAN. Well, you know what? They ain't fucking telling you the truth. They ain't none of those fucking right-wing programs or whatever telling you the truth. What they are telling you is whatever they think that you will buy into.
Did you see that?
That's it.
Speaking of Fox News, did you see that dipshit Jesse Waters?
You know what? Don't even get me started on Jesse Waters because that's about as pointless as fucking listening to fucking Megyn Kelly at this point.
Did you see what he said though? That was fucking stupid, like Megyn Kelly.
It's here's the thing: is that all these people were bitching and complaining for the sake of bitching and complaining.
That's all.
You had an alternative show to watch,
which we'll get into now.
You had a show to watch. You shouldn't have even messaged, tweeted. That orange fucking idiot was obviously who we've seen the video because he was watching it.
Yep.
So in other words, he did all this shit promoting and saying, oh, well, you know, Toilet Paper America was over here going to have their own damn show. Oh, yeah, you need to go watch it. You need to go do this and blah, blah, blah. And his stupid ass didn't even watch it. So what the hell does that say about the person that you fucking support?
Right.
That goes to show you that he didn't give a damn what the fuck you thought. Mm-hmm. He gave you what you fucking wanted to fuck you over. He didn't give a damn. Why? Because he had an investment in something else that had nothing to do with that fucking thing.
Yep.
It's performative outrage.
Yep.
Give it another week, they'll be on to something else.
Well, obviously they won't be on those fucking files because that's not something they want to talk about.
No,
Orange Daddy tells them it's not an issue anymore. So
Yeah, well,
talk about something else, please. God,
they're still licking his fucking gooch, so it ain't gonna fucking matter.
To quote Mr. Garrison in South Park, "Oh, jeez,"
like that. So we got to talk about Toilet Paper USA. I like that. Now I'm going to start. What is it?
Kapusa.
Tapusa, thank you. So we got to talk about Tapusa. So Tapusa, when it came to their Super Bowl halftime show counter-programming, Turning Point USA reportedly wasn't interested in doing it live. The political organization's All-American halftime show, which streamed on Sunday, February 8th, was pre-taped in Atlanta, according to Variety. Featured performance from Kid Rock, Lee Brice, Brantley Gilbert, and Gabby Barrett. The show was meant to give fans a separate viewing option. I have not heard of any of the other three besides Kid Rock, so I'm right there with you. The show was meant to give fans a separate viewing option from Bad Bunny's Super Bowl 60 halftime show, which became a lightning rod of controversy for many conservative groups. Turning Point US show aired on YouTube as well as various other networks shortly after 8 p.m. and lasted for 35 minutes in front of a sparse crowd. The show appeared to peak with 5.7 million concurrent viewers on YouTube. However, the All-American halftime show was hit with a major setback shortly before it started. Due to licensing restrictions, we are unable to stream the All-American halftime show on X. The organization announced via X on Sunday, just hours before the show. In addition to streaming on YouTube, the show also aired on conservative networks Daily Wire Plus, Real America's Voice, TBN, and Charge, the National News Desk, NTD.com, and OAN News. The show was put together by Turning Point USA, the political organization founded by Charlie Kirk and run by his wife, Erica Kirk. So the funny part about it is, and Robert brought this to my attention, so shout out to our boy Robert Davis. Rob, we love you. Give a shout out to our boy.
Hi, Rob.
Hi, Rob.
So
Rob told me that TBN. Do you know what TBN stands for?
Trinity Broadcasting Network, and it is a Christian network.
Thank you. Because when I think of Christian, Kid Rock.
You know, when I think of bomb, de bang, diggy, boom, say up, jump the boogie. You know, I don't think nothing about fucking. I don't think about anything other than, you know, Christian Broadcasting Network. You know, Trinity Broadcasting Network. You know, I don't think about that. You know what I'm saying?
Did you know how they tried to spin it? So with Kid Rock, we'll start first. Yes, he lip synced, and he tried to prove, like today, he put out a video from his home that I didn't lip sync.
Oh, God, that was bad.
Yeah,
that made it even fucking worse. Oh, well, my backup, my DJ is the one that sings the lyrics, and I'll be doing a live tonight, and people will understand why I am doing the way. Why I'll do it live this way. People understand that when you're moving like 80 miles an hour up there, and you're gyrating your body, you just don't have control of your vocals. Blah 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 blah. And he was going on and on and on about all of this, and it's like, and you sound like a fucking dumbass. You sound like an artist who isn't really an artist.
And he hasn't been relevant since all summer long. I think his last hit was in 2008. That friggin'
well, again, I brought up the point with Megyn Kelly, that fucking dingbat.
Well, I could tell he's been in a hotel, with whiskey and cocaine. So, I mean, that's just me. I mean, I know the song lyric, but I just know that he's in there with whiskey and cocaine. That's all I know.
He's a fucking.
And I feel sorry for Sheryl Crow.
He's a goddamn grifter. His country albums weren't, or his rock and roll albums weren't selling anymore. He knows that, hey, the hard rock community wants nothing to do with him. Metal community doesn't want him.
Nope.
But yet,
he can go over there with Ted Nugent because nobody wants him.
Cat scratch fever.
That's a guy that ain't been relevant since the fucking 70s. So
that was my thing. He's 70.
Sorry, Dan. I know you were in your middle of your thought. Go ahead. My bad.
Was Nugent ever really?
No.
Damn Yankees.
He never got past. He had cat scratches, and he ended up getting a fever, and then that was it.
You forgot about damn Yankees. Can you take me high enough? Come on now, guys. Fucking stupid ass damn Yankees.
Are we talking about the Yankees now?
No, the damn Yankees.
I know. Let me laugh at the thought of them damn Yankees.
Fucking 76-year-old ass Ted Nugent on the grift, trying to fucking be relevant again.
Like, people don't realize, like, Kid Rock, he's fucking grifting you people.
He's almost 60 and jorts. This man performed in jorts.
And he and Ricky Martin are the same damn age, people.
Yes, they are.
Look what love does to people, and then look what hate does to people.
Yeah, Kid Rock is 55, and what I say, Ricky Martin was 54.
And Ricky Martin is 54.
Kid Rock looks like Dr. Phil in a wig.
Ricky Martin looks like he should be back on friggin' the soap opera. Can we go back to the days of, what was it, The Bold and the Beautiful he was on?
No, it wasn't The Bold and the Beautiful. General Hospital.
It was one of them, dude. Fucking looking at me like, how dare you? It was one of them. Okay.
Hey, you know what? Yeah, I realize you don't watch too much daytime television. Too much daytime television. You know,
whatever, Playboy.
Look, at the end of the day of all this, I really want to get past this subject, but I realize that it's going to take longer to get past this subject because it's just hilarious.
I got one more thing to say. Go ahead.
So what I found out is that how those people ended up in that audience was they answered a fucking Craigslist ad. And they were offering $50 to come and sit. And I guess the headline for the Craigslist ad says $50. You come in, you stand in an audience, you cheer. You'll get live music. You get live music, entertainment for, and I believe you're there for an hour, and you get paid $50. I kid you not. And I believe I sent it to you guys. That somebody had posted it, and my first comment on there got over 500 likes. People still use Craigslist.
So wait. The very thing that they accuse the left of doing,
they did it. Yep.
What's the phrase? Sometimes an accusation is a confession.
Yes, that was a confession.
Can you believe this shit? They paid people to be in the audience. They didn't, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people probably would have volunteered to come and do it, given that it was a warehouse in fucking Florida.
Mm-hmm.
That they filmed all this. They couldn't get a small venue like a club or anything like that. They chose a fucking warehouse to do all this shit in.
Yep.
That makes it even more fucking pathetic. And I'm pretty sure, and I'm pretty damn sure, it was probably like an old Amazon fucking building. If you know what, hey, I could probably be wrong. I do want to get back on one thing.
Yes.
We were talking about cultures.
Yes.
And where I was raised is different from where you guys were raised. I know both of you guys are from New York. And I know you were born in New York, and I know you guys weren't raised where you guys live at now. But I'm saying, where you guys were born at in New York, the cultures there, you guys were blended with a bunch of different cultures there. And I'm pretty sure you guys had more than just Caucasian people that were there. I'm pretty sure you guys had Italians. I'm pretty sure you guys had Puerto Ricans, Dominicans. I'm pretty sure you guys had all kinds of ethnicities around the areas.
Yep.
Within the general 5 mile radius of your, I'll even say 3 mile radius of your home. You had a bunch of different ethnicities that you ran through. In my life, my friends that I remember growing up with were all over the spectrum. I had white kids that I was friends with. I had black kids that I was friends with. I had, of course, Mexican kids that I was friends with. I had Persian, a couple of Polynesian friends that I was cool with. I had a couple of friends that were from the Tongan Islands. My point is that no matter where you grew up, we all had there were a variety of cultures that we had clashed, crammed in with us, there's a certain, I guess there would be certain people who go to different schools to stay away from that culture. There's certain people that move their kids away from certain areas because they want to be around a certain culture. They don't want to be around anybody else because they want to teach them certain things. Where you grew up says a lot about how you grew up says a lot about who you are. But what makes you guys better people is how you guys perceive other races, other ethnicities, other nationalities that come into your life, and that shows the character of who you are. That's why you guys like me.
I think for me is, and I'll say this, where I grew up on Long Island, Islip Terrace and Central Islip are right next to each other. Islip Terrace and Central Islip are not necessarily the nicest of neighborhoods. There's a reason why Islip Terrace is called the Dirty Terrace, and Central Islip, there was a lot of shootings that happened back in the day. So I grew up in it was a all right neighborhood, but it wasn't the best neighborhoods. But I look at it like this. I went to school with black kids, Latinos. That didn't matter to me, man. I treat everybody how they wanted to be treated. I've always been taught that, and that's the tact that I have. I know that's the tact that Dan has, and how really everybody should look at it and have it and perceive it and just do what you need to do and just be a good person at the end of the day. And the last thing I will say about this, because we will move on and get to the wrestling stuff. So Kid Rock, number one, they tried to tell a story because they tried to spin it on social media because he opened the show with that whack-ass version of Ba with the Ba, and then he closed as country singer Robert Ritchie singing a song talking about dusting off the Bibles. So they tried to spin it as, oh, that was the old Kid Rock. And now at the end is he's performing as Robert Ritchie, this redeemed man, this man who has found Jesus, and it got right into his soul, and the Lord gave him a second chance. And they tried to make the story of, this is now a man who's given his soul to God, given his
Hallelujah.
life. Hallelujah. Yes.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
You
They
know,
tried to.
Mike,
Yeah.
I want to address the whole, comment that, Bob
Bobby. Are you there,
made
Bobby?
today. Sometimes the best response is no response at all.
Yep.
He should have just fucking ignored it.
Yep.
Like, normally this shit, like this whole Super Bowl halftime bullshit would have been done fucking yesterday. In years past, people talk about the Super Bowl for like a day or two.
Yep. Pretty much
Like,
a day or two.
Y'all are keeping it going. Like,
It's because it gives them a talking point.
it's performative outrage.
It is.
And they had an alternative. They had an alternative to watch something else. You have the video of fucking Orange Idiot, the orange clown over there.
But Lindsey Graham.
Sitting at fucking Mar-a-Lago and doing what? Talking with people. His best friend, Lindsey Graham. And what the hell are they watching?
Bad Bunny.
By the way,
why are they not watching Turning Point?
Lindsey Graham is the senator for whose state among us? Who's?
I will just say, first of all, I don't claim Lindsey Graham, number one.
You're from South Carolina? Yes, you do. You claim
I'm not claiming him. He's old as fuck and he's a dumb shit. No.
He's yours.
Fuck him.
You gotta take him. You gotta take him.
Hey, you know what I'll give you back from that? Friggin' dumbass John Rocker who's flying to fucking Colombia with all the bullshit that John Rocker tweeted, that racist motherfucker.
Oh my God.
Look at her butt. It is so big, Becky. Yeah, what were we saying? Go ahead. You see this motherfucker go to Colombia? Don't treat
fucking twat nut hates Latinos, but is going to fucking Colombia to get fucking stem cell done. So why couldn't you fucking do it here in America?
All right, hold on.
Folks, ultimately what this all boils down to is, you bitch about, people speaking Spanish, this and that, but here's the thing. Y'all say this shit while eating chips and salsa, while, having enchiladas, the quesadillas. You can enjoy the culture, but yet you're going to fucking bitch about it. Shut the fuck up. I'm sick of hearing of your performative outrage. Why don't you try bitching about something that actually means something?
Lee Bryce had to. I just want to drink my beer, catch my fish, drive my truck.
Well, do that and shut the fuck up, you dumb bitch.
Nobody's stopping you from doing that.
Ain't nobody stopping you from doing that. And you do it anyway. So what the fuck is the damn difference? Ain't nobody coming to your house. Ain't nobody coming to block the road for you just to prevent you from fucking going wherever the hell you need to go get shit done.
And John Rocker, if you want to spew your bullshit, we will throw batteries like we did back in the day, you stupid bastard. Oh, you want to say some shit about New York back in friggin' the Yankees and the Mets? Motherfucker, we threw batteries at your goddamn head. You want to talk some shit about New York. By the way, for those that don't know what I'm talking about, here is now, I believe, 50-year-old John Rocker talk about he's on his way to Colombia for stem cell treatment to hopefully fix my back. That's becoming agonizingly painful. And here is John Rocker at the airport.
What's up, everybody? A little update here. It's in the Pensacola airport, getting ready to take off and eventually be in Pereira, Colombia, to visit the Infinity Regenerative Clinic down there for my stem cells. I have been waiting on this day for months and months and months. I'm extremely excited. I wasn't sandbagging the other day. My first video, not sandbagging. Literally can barely walk. Every step I take hurts. Honestly, the worst thing I can do for myself is to stand up for too long. I mean, standing, the nerve pain, the numbness, the knee pain is just, I'm fucking over it. Can't do shit. Barely walk. Can't play golf. Can't do anything fun. And I've had it. And these docs at Infinity see my MRIs, see my X-rays. They swear they can fix me. And the more research I do, yeah, I mean, you just have folks that seem to be in worse shape than I am. I mean, just coming out in a month or two, like, holy shit. I never thought stem cells would actually do what they've done for me. So hopefully I'm one of those positive cases. But yep, I am in the Pensacola airport. Take about an hour, and I'll be following up tomorrow. This is Saturday, February 7th. I'll be following up tomorrow when I land and get my treatment starting Monday and Tuesday. So I'm about 48 hours away from getting treatment. Very excited about it. All right, be back at you later.
Columbia, don't treat that, man. Don't do it, Columbia. Don't do it. Just don't do it, Columbia. Y'all want to say anything about John Rocker?
Adam Copeland.
What about
his response was, "Get worse soon."
You go, Edge. You go. Oh, get worse soon. John Rocker, you're still a piece of shit. 27 years ago, you're still a piece of shit now. Oh, John Rocker. So we go from one piece of shit.
You know, that was a name that I hadn't heard in ages, and there was a reason.
Yeah, John Rocker, go fuck yourself. Somebody else.
I wonder who he voted for.
Yeah. Well, we go from John Rocker to a piece of shit in the wrestling business, and we'll get him out of the way. Y'all know who I'm talking about. So one only on.
Bro.
Well, no, not him. He's all right for now.
No, he's not.
No, he's not. But he still is a fucktard. But no, we're not talking about bro. We're talking about Uncle Dave. So Uncle Dave.
Is this discuss piece of shits day?
Yeah. Well, so Uncle Dave, and Paul posted this in the group. I believe I also did play this on Deep Into the Heart of Wrestling, which will be out soon, but I will play it here as well.
G-pop number 1.
G-pop numero uno. Here is Dave Meltzer and his thoughts on Trick Williams.
Trick's not that good, you know, which really becoming more obvious when it's on the main roster. I think the thing with Trick is that you got to keep it short. You got to keep it short because he didn't have a good match. He had he's having average matches at best, but his freaking charisma's off the charts. And so, I mean, the whole thing is, if you got a guy with that much charisma, you play to his charisma, and you don't have him in the ring for long periods of time, because that's, you don't let the match go long, let it starts getting sloppy at the end, just go short, make it an easy, simple match. Because that was a main event. Plus, it was in the main event spot, and they followed the Ilya match, right? So that didn't help him either. So, but it wasn't like just technically, like he was good on in the 4-way, but the 4-way, you had awesome workers in that 4-way. Everyone but him basically. But in that singles match with Priest, it wasn't that good. So, and the thing also to me, it didn't have much heat, and that's Montreal, which is a city like Toronto tonight, where you're usually going to have a lot of heat. in those matches. Those two cities in Canada, really all of Canada, they're real good cities for crowd reaction when it comes to wrestling matches compared to the U.S.
So that was Dave Meltzer's thoughts on Trick Williams. What that trick? What that trick? What?
Hey, Dave, when was the last time you had a good match? Oh, that's right. You've never had one.
Trick Williams has worked his butt off to get to the main roster. He's going to be featured as one of the prominent heels. Personally, I would love to see him and Carmelo Hayes run it back with the role.
WrestleMania. Make it happen.
They trust him to be in that top spot. He's worked his butt. He went from being the sidekick to the main player. Babyface or heel, the guy has it. He has the charisma. He's like this generation's version of Booker T.
How do you go from having a close to an hour-long match with Carmelo Hayes in NXT, and having excellent matches with, you know, some of the top stars that have already moved up to the main roster from NXT, and then all of a sudden now you're getting critiqued by, you know, the one guy, you know, that everybody, you know, goes to for information. You know, we all go to Dave Meltzer for all, because, you know, he's the king of the 100-star freaking matches. And will bore you to death until you're snoring. Look, at this point in time, I'm not looking for Trick Williams to come up to the main roster to be like, wow us with a bunch of stuff. And I'm not looking for 42-year-old Damian Priest to come out there and be like, ooh, go out there and have these, you know, banger ass matches, you know, and work his ass off to, I don't know, you know, doing all this high flying, you know, all this high flying stuff. We're just not going to get it. Basically what they're doing is basically putting Trick on a platform to continue to keep elevating him upward. And hopefully they continue to elevate him upward to where he's in the title picture, wanting to fight for titles, you know, whether it's the United States title, whether it's the World Heavy, you know, the WWE Championship. You just need to get him there. Fighting who he's fighting, you're not expecting him to go out there and have these, as Sheamus would put it, banger after banger after banger after banger after banger, you know, he's doing what he's doing. They have him doing what they believe he is capable of doing to help him in the long run. Why is it such a problem, Dave?
They put him in there with Ray Phoenix. They put him in with a lot of people. There's fresh matchups to have, so we're really just showing the trajectory of him. They're pushing him. They're pushing his soon-to-be wife, Lash Legend. Like, they're showcasing them from where they were in NXT to where they are now. It's great. Like I mentioned, they worked their butts off, and they're getting the rewards for it. Go ahead, Dan.
And see, here's the thing. You know, I mean, I think this is more of an indictment against the IWC at large, which I fucking hate the IWC. But that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother time. Maybe that's something Mike and I should discuss on Uncaged, Cheap Pop #2. And I think it's an indictment of the IWC in that if they didn't push Trick, y'all would say, oh, they're not using him properly.
Right.
You use him, oh, well, he's overrated. The fuck do you people want?
Well, that's what the Saudi crowd chanted at Lash Legend. They chanted overrated during her eliminating everybody in the Rumble.
Yeah, but they hate black.
As someone who has raised children, Paul, you know the point I'm about to make.
I have children? Yes, I do.
When the kid asks you for something, you give them that. And they say, I don't want that. And then you think, well, you literally just asked for it. And then they want it again. Like, I'm already seeing it with Carmelo Hayes. Like, y'all bitched that they weren't pushing him.
Now he gets pushed.
He gets pushed. He beats Ilya. Oh, well, he shouldn't have won it.
He's in a feud with
people want.
He's in a feud with The Miz now. They're finally, going back to The Miz.
Wanted that.
Yep.
And now you're bitching about it.
Yep.
Y'all said, oh, they're not doing anything with the MFTs. Well, now they are,
with the Wyatt Six and Nakamura.
which I still say that's going to lead to probably Evil and Sonata and all that, which I don't think we're going to see Evil and Sonata until after Mania, but that's...
Yeah. And they got to finish off
I'm perfectly fine with it.
Yeah, and they got to have the Wyatt Six get the lantern back. So there's story arc there.
And probably get the titles back, too.
Yes. But that's my thing with the IWC. Y'all better stop bitching.
Lantern on a pole match.
Good God. Speaking of bitching, we got to talk about it. Like we said, we were not going to talk about the Super Bowl anymore, but this is imperative in wrestling wise because Jake Paul couldn't keep his fucking dick lickers friggin' shut. So Jake Paul wrote this, and then I'll get to the comment under it. So Jake Paul wrote on Twitter, purposely turning off the halftime show. Let's rally together and show big corporations they can't just do whatever they want without consequences, which equals viewership for them. You are their benefit. Realize you have power. Turn off this halftime, a fake American citizen performing who publicly hates America. I cannot support that. You know you live in Puerto Rico, right, dumbass?
You know you live in Puerto Rico, and you know that you aren't paying federal taxes because you live in Puerto Rico. You're also avoiding paying federal taxes living in Puerto Rico.
And
now, he is avoiding paying federal taxes living there more than 50% of the time. So what does that tell you about Jake Paul and how much he loves or hates Puerto Rico?
I think he got hit a little too hard in that last fight.
Yep.
I think he got some sense knocked out of him.
Yep.
Ooh, excuse me.
But
And
that's
it's not making sense to him.
Right. It's just I don't get this man. I think he's absolutely ridiculous. I think what he said was absolutely disgusting. And then he tried to friggin', as you could see here, he tried to friggin' double down. To clarify, I wasn't calling anyone a fake citizen because they're from Puerto Rico. I live in Puerto Rico. Yes, you were. I live in Puerto Rico and I love Puerto Rico. I have used my platform to support Puerto Rico time and time again and will always do so. But if you're publicly criticizing ICE who are doing blah, 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 what they're doing, I can't support that. And I'm like, you can shut your bitch ass mouth, Jake Paul. No, you ain't gonna get away with this.
Grifter says what?
Grifter. Yeah. So we'll put up the full.
Grifter says what?
So here is it from besides the screenshot. Here's the actual full tweet. So after that, he writes, but if you're publicly criticizing ICE who are doing their job and openly hating on America, I'm going to speak on it, period. That's the same reason I call out Hunter Hess. If you benefit from a country on the platform it gives you, are publicly disrespected at the same time. That's what I mean by being a fake citizen. And I agree, love is more powerful than hate. Love America. Jake Paul, you can literally fuck right off. You really can. Friggin' Hunter Hess, who rightfully so at the Olympics, all he said was, I don't agree with everything's going on in America. I wear this because I represent my country, but I don't agree with everything that's going on in America. Our president went after him for saying that because he spoke his mind. Everybody went after Hunter Hess for that, which is ridiculous because what Hunter Hess said was his First Amendment right of how he felt about America. He didn't badmouth America. He didn't say he hates America. He just gave you his opinion on what's going on in America now, but he is proud to represent America in the Olympics.
To quote my favorite South Park character, I'm sorry, I thought this was America. Isn't this America? I'm sorry, I thought this was America.
So you guys want to comment about Jake Paul's thing before we get to... Actually, wait, hold on. We'll do one more here. We'll get Bill Gibran, who I love.
Before you go there, Mike, I'm just going to say it.
Yep.
I think Jake Paul really got his shit rocked really pretty badly at that last fight because Homeboy's not been the same since. Dude, Jake, it's okay. Call up your brother. Ask him to give Paul Levesque a call. I'm sure they can find space for you.
And Bill Gibran, one of the great content creators of political commentary, wrote under this: insecure racists when they see a brown person on TV. And it's Logan Paul at his last fight with that face. That's just amazing. And I love that so much. But I got to say, you're actually giving me a rare W for Logan Paul, because Logan Paul would comment back to what he had to say. And Logan Paul said, I love my brother, but I don't agree with this. Puerto Ricans are Americans, and I'm happy they were given the opportunity to showcase the talent that comes from the island. That is the one thing I will say about Logan Paul that I actually agree with him on.
You know, you literally barely, you had to pay Mike Tyson not to fuck you up.
Right.
You both know that if that fight were legit, Mike Tyson would have fucking destroyed him inside of round 1.
Right.
And if he would have, and if he was really, really that much of an asshole, Mike would have probably let it go to at least the second round.
Right. So,
But I'm
Paul,
pretty sure he would have knocked him out in the first round.
You know, Paul, you may be right, because honestly, Mike Tyson may have just wanted to have a little bit of fun. So he may have, but
Whooped his ass at least in the first round, and then waited to see if he would want to give up by the second. And if he didn't give up, he just would have literally put him on his ass in the second round.
See, the thing of it is that last fight, I'm drawing a blank on the guy who he faced. What was that?
Anthony Joshua?
Yeah,
Anthony Joshua
just said, "Yeah, I'm not playing this game anymore."
Yeah, he got tired. And the ref was even like, dude, cut the shit. Like, cut the shit. So
like,
Paul,
you see it on his face. He's like, this isn't supposed to happen.
Yep.
Logan said what he said. I agree with it. Again, something you won't hear that very many times out of me as far as like when it comes to Logan Paul.
Yep.
But I'll agree with him and say, hey, you know what? You came out and you said something positive. Yep. So I'll give him credit where credit is due.
Same.
I don't like that we're agreeing with Logan Paul. This just feels wrong.
It does. And the same thing, too. It's like the fact that
it just feels dirty.
Feels dirty. And the fact, of course, Jake Paul had to bring Hunter Hess in it because Hunter Hess is becoming public enemy number 1 of the Olympics right now. Because
God. I don't get it. It's like you can't do anything fucking right. And then, of course, we got fucking that that pumpkin clown over there who wants to talk shit about Olympians, and motherfucker couldn't even make the damn draft, let alone fucking. He can't even walk fucking 50 feet without fucking having to stop to take a damn breath.
Yep.
Give me this bullshit, fucking Olympians. No, get the fuck out. I got more respect for Olympians than I do you.
Mm-hmm. Well, speaking of someone that we definitely have respect for, it is the one, the only Mr. Braun Breaker. So Braun Breaker.
We were talking about Dave Meltzer again.
Oh, fucking Dave Meltzer. So Braun Breaker injury update suggests he could be sidelined until the summer. So the future of Braun Breaker has been cast in uncertainty following a medical emergency that required a major surgical procedure. On the February 9th episode of Monday Night Raw, commentator Michael Cole informed viewers that Breaker would be out of action indefinitely, while Paul Heyman suggested on air that the injury occurred during a deadlifting session. A new report indicates that the former Intercontinental Champion has been struggling with an ongoing issue that finally reached a breaking point. According to Dave Meltzer, on Wrestling Observer Radio, Breaker had been working through a hernia for some time before it worsened significantly, causing immediate treatment. Meltzer clarified that while some fans speculated that his early elimination from the Royal Rumble was due to the injury, the decision was unrelated to his medical status at the time. Unlike many athletes who undergo a standard for hernia repairs, which typically carries a 2-month recovery window, Breaker's injury was reportedly more severe. Meltzer noted that the procedure was a major operation that it could significantly extend his return timeline. He'll be out for a while. As far as how long, though, nobody's really given me a timetable. It could be 12 weeks, could be 6 months at worst, probably not that long. But again, I don't know the details. People had the other surgery, and that's usually about a 2-month recovery, but a situation was worse than the regular surgery. That was a major operation, Meltzer stated. The timing of the surgery is particularly problematic given the approach of WrestleMania. Breaker was expected to face Seth Rollins in Las Vegas, a match built on the storyline of Breaker causing a shoulder injury to the Visionary. So, Braun Breaker, we wish you well. We wish you a speedy recovery, and we want to see you back on the right trail and the right journey within your path. So go ahead, Dan.
Let me put it this way. The whole thing with Rollins, this is easily fixable. Mm-hmm. And here's what you do. You have Rollins come back, which I've heard reports that he should be good to go. Plenty of time for Mania. You have Rollins rejoin the Vision. And just say, I told you he wasn't ready. The second you put him in, he falls apart. He failed to take the title off of CM Punk. You have Rollins as the guy. So what you do, Money in the Bank, you have Rollins back in the match, even though Rollins hates the match. He's even said it. He hates it. But you have Rollins in the match, just climbing the ladder. He touches the briefcase. Breaker's music hits. He comes down because you got here. It's February now. In
Yes.
time, Money in the Bank's usually right around July-ish.
Yep, June, July.
You have him take out Rollins. And that's what you do. Because you know, anytime somebody comes back from a major injury, they're always a face. When Triple H tore his quad, face.
Yep.
When Austin broke his neck the second time, he had been a heel, he was a face. It's what happens. And I mean, look, we all know Rollins is a better heel anyway.
Oh, he's always been a better heel than he is a babyface.
Look at Mox. Mox, again, another one. Better off as a heel.
You could even make the comparison with Roman. He was a better heel than he was a babyface.
Yeah. So I think it's easy to do. Now, I think this is going to drastically change Rollins. You can't really have him be the masked guy anymore because that storyline doesn't work. I already think I know who it's going to be. I say it's going to be Jericho.
That would be very interesting. That would. I know one of them was Grayson Waller. I think he was the one at the
Please
Rumble.
no.
Well, he was the one at the Rumble. Grayson Waller would make no sense because he goes from the New Day to be back with Theory in the Vision.
Honestly, I would much rather see Theory as the good guy, Grayson Waller as the heel.
I would be cool with that.
Honestly, I think Theory needs to go back. No, you know who needs to go back to NXT? Jey Uso.
Oh boy, you're gonna go that route. First of all, if y'all did not see the Usos against Otis and Tozawa, there was a lot of botches in that match.
No kidding.
Oh, it was a rough watch.
And people wonder why he's not in the world title picture anymore.
It was a rough watch. It really was. And I hate to say that. And I like both teams, but God, it was horrible. He missed the super kick by a mile.
And see, Jimmy's not the issue here.
It's Jay.
Like, what he was never like this.
I don't know what happened between WrestleMania and his title reign and losing the title, but it's gotten bad.
So they moved Money in the Bank to September 6th in New Orleans.
Oh, September 6th.
It could work.
Yep.
Yeah, it could work.
So if you think about it, so we have, you said when in September?
September 6th.
So realistically,
first weekend.
Do we have Bad Blood this year? Is that on the calendar?
I don't see a list of. Hold on, let me look to see if they
Is there something for October?
Look, can I get there first?
No.
Wow.
Speed it up, Paul.
God, man. Give me some of your tots. So while Paul does that, I agree with you wholeheartedly.
Bring us some donuts.
One of the things that
it was nice having Dan on the show. You know what? That here is the list that they have.
Yeah.
They have Backlash after Mania on May 9th.
Yeah.
They have one for May 30th, but it doesn't say what it is. It's in Italy.
Yeah,
which I'm pretty sure is probably like a Clash or something in Italy.
Clash in Italy.
It doesn't say. It just says Italy. It just says to be announced.
On an evening in Rome.
Then now they have SummerSlam August 1st and 2nd, and then Money in the Bank. They don't have anything else listed.
Wow.
So,
okay.
I think if you put something in October, call it Bad Blood.
Yeah.
You could have Breaker come in September. You could push it to October. Hell, maybe you could even do it in November. But you mentioned the pay-per-view and the PLE in Italy.
Yeah.
I think Rome, Colosseum, Clash in the Colosseum.
I get it. I think it's one of those things where
they'll figure that in. They'll figure ancient Rome into it.
I'm really interested to see the direction they do go. I like the Jericho idea. Now, we mentioned the Usos against Tozawa and Otis, just botch fest. It was horrible. One thing that a lot of people were complaining about that I friggin' just hated. So Natalya comes out for her match with Maxine Dupree, and I saw
Michael.
Natty, excuse me. Natty came out for her match with Maxine Dupree. I saw some idiot on Twitter calling this gimmick a version of a Timu Ronda Rousey. So obviously this person has not seen Natty do this in GCW and all that. So I'm like, you bite your tongue, good sir. You right?
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, good. But yeah, we were talking about how Natty was called a Timu Ronda Rousey with this gimmick by some douchebag on Twitter, which you can go fuck yourselves there for that. So she comes out for her match with Maxine Dupree, beats her up, goes to a no contest, double count out, and then AJ comes out to save Maxine. Then Becky comes out. So right now we have Becky versus AJ at the Elimination Chamber in Chicago. I see it going one of two ways. Of course, I can see Becky retained by some chicanery, and then we get the rematch at WrestleMania. But there's also a part of me now that thinks if they don't do this, if we do this again, that we might get a tag match with AJ and Maxine against Natty and Becky, when for me, I would just like it to be two separate singles matches and Maxine get a big win on WrestleMania. And if I think AJ wins here, then she could lose it a month later at WrestleMania back to Becky. So what'd you guys think of the whole Natty and Becky and AJ and Maxine and the opening promo from Raw?
Why not turn it into a fatal 4-way for Becky's IC title?
That would be even cool. I like that.
Because, you mentioned a tag team match, and even if she does end up retaining,
yeah.
But I think it'll probably be unfortunately, it'll probably be like by a DQ, because you still have to do both chamber matches. And of course, obviously, somebody's not going to do we're obviously going to get Punk, and we're going to get Punk versus Finn Balor, and of course we're going to get this IC title match. Probably bookended by both Elimination Chamber matches, but I don't know. I would like to think what they're trying to do is minimize the amount of matches for this PLE, because you do have 2 nights of WrestleMania that you have to jointly build up to. But that's the issue that I sort of have right now. It's always the build. It's always the build up to WrestleMania, because we know we're getting there. We know we're eventually going to get there.
Yeah.
We just have to see how they build this whole thing up,
So the card right now for Backlash is, so far as we saw on Raw and SmackDown, 2 members of the Elimination Chamber, Randy Orton and LA Knight for the men, Tiffany Stratton and Rhea Ripley for the women so far, Becky versus AJ Lee, and CM Punk versus Finn Balor. Before we get to Punk and Balor, Daniel, your thoughts on Maxine, AJ, Natalya, and Becky, and the opening promo from Raw?
It ain't. Hold on. Let me, before you go. I have to say, what angers me is I love Mommy. Obviously, I love Mommy.
With that shirt, yeah.
Obviously, I love Mommy.
Yes.
But I would have liked to her not been in the Elimination Chamber. If you're not going to put her in a championship match, which I don't think they're going to, why have her in the chamber? I understand you need stars, but you can still have stars in other than Rhea.
I would have liked it to have been Lyra, but I also look at
that's what I would have liked to have had seen.
I think the WrestleMania match is going to be Rio against the Bella Twins, because they were teasing that with the Bella Twins, and I don't want that.
Again, something you could have done here. You could have had like Nikki Bella trip her up, or if you're going to eventually have them have the titles for a little while, you could make it like a triple threat match for the tag team titles. in other words, somebody come in and interfere and hold Rhea's leg back, and you could have had Lyra win. That's just how I would have seen it.
But we're also teasing the split of Asuka and Kairi Sane. So
Kyrie!
Dan, what do you think about Rhea being in and winning that match?
Yeah, like I'm of different minds, but I love the video that WWE posted of at Saudi where Asuka gets in the little golf cart and leaves Kyrie behind.
And Kyrie's running to get in there, yeah.
And Asuka like just pushes her back.
No, Kyrie, no.
Like Asuka is just so fucking good.
She is. Like, the comedy's there, and they're finally doing something with the Kabuki Warriors split. Like we mentioned, LA Knight,
Yeah.
Which, cool, that's fine. Add another element for pushing LA Knight. Go ahead.
Rhea is on top, is right damn near the top of the card, and rightfully so. But yo, put some respect on Asuka's fucking name.
Same. I mean, I got to give Ivy Nile even credit in that match. Ivy Nile is one of the unsung heroes. I love me some Ivy Nile. I got to mention this.
There's so much fucking more credit.
I know. One thing I have to give credit for, my god dang. So we saw the original El Grande Americano and Javon Evans against Los Americanos. Oh, Bravo Americano taking that cutter and then the headbutt from the original El Grande. Holy hell. Chef's kiss. I love that spot.
That was just a beautiful.
It kind of reminded me of the RKO. I believe it was Evan Bourne and Randy Orton.
Yes, the shooting star press into the RKO. Yep.
Like, that spot could have gone so wrong.
Oh, yeah.
But, like, the timing was like. Now, folks, Javon's 21.
21.
He said his goal is to beat Randy Orton's record.
Yes, he did.
I could see Javon winning a world title before 25.
I could, absolutely. I think he's on the right path to stardom, absolutely.
And people love him. And just as a random aside, have y'all noticed that Ludwig Kaiser is not on TV anymore? Like,
I know.
You never see it.
Never see it.
I mean, we know Chad Gable's hurt.
Yeah.
And Ludwig Kaiser's been gone, man. You know what? It's just kind of weird.
Kind of weird.
I mean, I get that dude out of catering. Dude is so talented. Like, he shouldn't be in catering. Like,
no, just get him out.
You know what match I want to see?
What's that?
This imposter El Grande Americano versus Ludwig Kaiser.
Oh, that's a match that I think we all want to see. I think we all will be seeing it.
That would be 37,000 stars.
I am enjoying what they're doing there. I know we're going to get a mass versus mass match. I know this will be better than Sin Cara Azul versus Sin Cara Negra back in the day in 2011. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, you know what? It's good. I would love to see.
You mean sloppy Sin Cara?
Oh, well, that match was terrible. That sloppy Sin Cara, thank you. If y'all have never seen that match from Hell in a Cell, that match was horrible. That match is so
Didn't they actually do that on a SmackDown?
They did twice. The Hell in a Cell and the SmackDown with the mass versus mass. It was horrible. Both times it was horrible. Those matches were terrible. And I don't blame Hunico. I blame the other one.
What's funny, I remember the original Sin Cara, aka Mystico. Or whatever gimmick he's under now.
Is it Mystico still? Is he back to being Mystico?
Yeah, I believe he's still Mystico.
Okay.
So if I remember right, and maybe I'm wrong, but didn't he like fail a wellness test and it's like, yeah, I don't need help. So they're like,
oh, I think what pissed him off too is Alberto Del Rio he wrestled. They had him stop the match because he hurt his fucking finger and they thought it was broken or jammed it or something. That didn't go over well. He was just.
So then they just go to Hunico and be like, hey, I know you're doing this, you know.
Him and Camacho, yeah.
Very, aka Tongaloa.
Yep, the infamous Tongaloa.
We know you're doing this very racist Latino gimmick
on the bike,
but you still got your old Sin Cara gear.
Because this isn't working.
Can you just put the mask back on, like, and pretend this whole thing never happened?
Well, the problem with him is Mystico didn't want to go to NXT, and he got cocky because they made a press conference about it, and it went. And he should have went to NXT, but he didn't. Speaking of something,
I know, kind of off subject, but did you happen to see Triplet on Saturday?
did Lola Vice? I did not. I know Lola Vice won the mixed tag titles.
Yeah. Did you realize that Chelsea Green wasn't in the match? It was La Hedra and Ethan Page versus versus Mr. Iguana and Lola Vice.
Yes.
And Chelsea Green was not there.
Oh, so La Hedra was with Ethan Page.
Yeah, because Chelsea Green had rolled her ankle on.
Oh yeah, she showed the bruise.
Did you see that? Oh my God, that bruise was so horrible, and it looked bad. And it's good that I guess you could say it was good in one way. She didn't have like that complete tear of her ankle,
right?
Because that probably could have been career ending. But man, that bruise looked horrible. That's why they left her off of wrestling in that match on Saturday.
That right there.
Yes, that right there. Ooh. Yeah, that.
And Chelsea Green would tweet if WWE
Michael
Chelsea Green per WWE management, per your negligence on Friday, I will be sending a list of demands for this upcoming SmackDown. List includes, but is not limited to, Fiji water, wheelchair with a back warmer, red M&Ms, a small man to push said wheelchair, must be in tuxedo and under 5'4".
Gotta love Chelsea Green.
Oh,
okay.
Man, that that could have gone so much worse.
Yeah,
I got it.
Hit me.
If they want to keep up with the comedy, she said a man under 5'4", right?
Yes.
Microman.
Hey.
Just have him come in and be like, and just have Nick Aldis be like, you said you want somebody under 5'4", and well,
That would be funny if it was Hornswoggle.
God. Well, let me tell you something. The other thing
allegedly he signed a Legends deal. I heard.
Yeah, he did. Yes, that is awesome. Shout out to Hornswoggle.
And honestly, I will say this. Shout out to Dylan Postel, aka Hornswoggle, aka Swoggle, aka the we nominal AJ Swoggle.
Yes.
I would be super okay and would be well deserved if they put Hornswoggle in the Hall of Fame.
Definitely.
Absolutely. 1,000.
For everything that he's done, especially being part of DX. How come he wasn't inducted when they got all inducted? Man, he was part of DX too.
And being Hornswoggle McMahon.
Hornswoggle McMahon, yes. Oh, good Lord. Okay.
He has a McMahon attached to his name. You know what I'm saying?
Really? So the other thing we will mention from Raw, CM Punk and Finn Balor was announced for the World Heavyweight Championship at the Elimination Chamber. I enjoyed the segment, the little stare down between them. I think this one's going to be really good, and we saw the interaction with Dominic. If I'm going to say where they're going to go, I'm going to say Punk wins, Judgment Day gets pissed with Finn, and we get Finn and Dom for the Intercontinental title at WrestleMania. What say you guys? Dan, I'll start with you.
I think what they're going to do is I think Dom's going to cost Finn the match.
Yep.
I think it's going to be a accident.
Magma.
Minus 22. And I think you're going to get a backstage segment where Dom's going to be talking to Liv, and Liv's going to be like, well, you said it was an accident, right? And he's going to kind of give her the smirk, and he's like, well, come on, Or, Finn will push him, and Dom will let it slip that he did it. And see, here's the thing, though. The argument could be made to turn Finn face.
Yes.
But Dom is also getting huge face reactions.
He's mad over right now.
So one of them's got to turn. And Dom, honestly, he's getting that Eddie Guerrero. You know, when Eddie was heel, where like Eddie never wanted to be a face.
Right.
Dom's in that point.
I concur. I mean, it was like when Eddie Guerrero and Chavo, when they started really getting into Los Guerreros territory, they were first heels, and then by lying, cheating, and stealing the vignettes got them so over. Then they turned babyface right after that. So
I mean,
Stealing
I
the
think
golf cards, stealing the freaking golf clubs,
we've got
borrowing somebody's car.
we've got what, just a little under 2 months for WrestleMania, right? Between
under
now and
60
then.
days, yes, 60 plus days.
Okay, a little under 2 months. And we got to get this Judgment Day implosion storyline going, like
It's been 4 years already.
PDQ. Because honestly, I don't care what anybody says. We're gonna end up with Raquel versus Liv. I don't know how we're gonna get there, but it's gonna happen.
Paul, your thoughts on Punk and Balor, and what do you think about Balor and Dom for Mania?
I'm still trying to figure out how we get there, but I think with your idea, I think it might actually get us there. I know the main event is Roman versus Punk. Yeah, Roman versus Punk.
Yep.
What if it's Roman versus Punk versus the Demon Finn Balor?
That would be awesome. I like that. Even that would be cool.
And part of me is like, as close as it is to Finn winning it, and I know it's close, and I know that you want to, because remember last year we ended up taking the title off of. I forgot who they took the title off of.
Oh, they beat Braun Breaker.
Yeah, and then
wait, well, hold on a minute, man. Well, I don't mean to cut you off, but that actually makes sense. If you remember last year when Dom won the Intercontinental title, he pinned Finn.
That's why I'm saying it has to make sense for it to happen.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Because that's why I'm saying it has to make sense for it to happen, to get there to where we get to
Dom and Finn.
Dom and Finn, but not only Dom and Finn, but I would like to see Finn
as a demon
get into that title picture, because what we've been looking for and what we need for Finn Balor is something different and something new. If you're going to get there, you need to have Finn. You need to put Finn in that main event picture, because obviously from that Raw that they had in Ireland,
yep,
you can tell how over he is. And yes, that is a home crowd. Yes, that is hometown. But for somebody who hasn't been in the main event picture in 10 years?
Jeez, it's been a long time since he's had it. Oh, well, the last time I think he wrestled for the world title was 2019 against Brock at the Rumble.
And he got wrapped.
But that's well. But I mean,
wait,
no.
But
I mean, being in the
Roman. Yeah, I forgot about that one.
We don't talk about that match.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, but I'm talking about being in the main event scene altogether. I mean, you're talking 6 years, and then you're talking about another 4 or 5 years since he lost the Universal title after winning the inaugural one.
Yep.
So he's never really been in the title picture. I mean, aside from getting a world title shot, he's never really been like in that main event scene, is what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I would love for him to be in there. I mean, I know a lot of fans would love to see him in there.
You see, here's the thing. Raw is in desperate need of main event level stars. They don't have that many.
Because you just took Jay and you put him back in the tag team division, but that's by his own cause.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, why can't you elevate Finn, put him in the main title picture, and here you go.
You initially, so going back to the Braun moment real quick, it was reported that Braun initially was supposed to win the Rumble.
Yeah.
Now, instead, we got a guy, Roman, who, again, I'm a Roman guy. You both know this. But here's the thing. Roman is not scheduled to return until March. March. So Punk's essentially got to carry a pay-per-view, carry the whole storyline at least until then.
Yes.
And that's something that CM Punk said, and that he wanted to be a fighting champion, which he stated this past Monday. One of the things that he wanted to be was a fighting champion, and he was going to continue to do what he did during his long reign that he had for over 434 days that he had the title, and that he wanted to be a fighting champion. So I'm assuming that he's going to continue to be a fighting champion, whether Roman is there or not.
Yep. That's my thing, too. I think looking at that main event, I think the other main event that I really have to say before we move to the last topic is you guys mentioned Punk and Roman. One thing I'm really looking forward to, because we mentioned Dom, the other side of the coin is the Women's Royal Rumble with Liv Morgan winning. I don't see her choosing Jade, especially after this interaction on Raw where she called Stephanie Vaquer a puta. And Vaquer called Dominic a bitch.
One thing you never want to do, and I can tell you this for a damn fact, but I called my wife in, never call a woman a puta. Never call, hold on. Never call a Latin woman
a puta.
Never call a Latina
a puta.
a puta to her face, because I guarantee you it won't be nice.
Vaquer was ready to scrap, and she's like, I hope you choose me for WrestleMania. That segment was great. I'm not going to lie. I think that's where you do Liv and Raquel, to go on, Daniel, your point. I think Raquel's going to wind up doing something by accident, and Vaquer beats Liv, and then that leads to the implosion of Liv and Raquel, and then you have the feud after WrestleMania. That's what I would do. If there's going to be someone who's going to lose on the Rumble side of the thing, of the Rumble winners, I think Roman wins, and I think Vaquer retains.
I'm still trying to figure out which way you're going to do this. It mind boggles me so fucking much on what to do with Jade. Do you have her drop the title this Friday
to Jordan?
Yes.
Yeah. If I'm honest,
because you haven't done nothing with her, and literally you've never had her do a title defense. Here we are over 100. Now we're on 125 days.
Yep.
And she hasn't done nothing with the damn title. So
done diddly.
She's just a fucking placeholder. She might as well be like this, sitting on the fucking stand, holding the title.
Jade Bird, yes.
So the problem is Jade really should have gone to NXT.
Yes.
This is not her fault.
No, they pushed her to the moon really quickly.
To the moon.
Very quickly.
So I think it's necessary to do this. I think, honestly, this needs to be a year where both Rumble winners lose.
Wow, okay.
The reason I say Roman does not need to win is when they created the World Heavyweight title, it was joked that, hey, Roman even said, you had to create a whole nother title because of me, because you couldn't get the title off of me.
Right.
Like, so you put the title on Roman, and what?
Exactly. That's
like, I think if the rumors are true of WWE being scared, being worried over ticket sales, I would not be shocked to see them pull something.
Yeah, I mean, the build so far has been compelling, but with Roman not going to be there, and I agree with you, because if you have him win, then where the hell do you go afterwards? So it's going to be very interesting to see how they do it. I mean, that match in itself has a great build. The promo with "I hate you, I pick you because I hate you," but let's just see how the rest of the card surfaces. So
what are you going to do?
I think when you go back to that promo with him and Punk, the first thing Punk said was, I'm Finn Balor. He went to the camera and he talked to Finn Balor, and Roman's like looking at him like,
you came out here.
Why you came out here to talk about Finn Balor, and I'm the one who's choosing you.
Yep.
And you're more worried about Finn Balor? And it's like there's a reason. And I just told you, I want to see that as a three-way for that title.
So,
And it would make sense for it to be a three-way for that title because Punk is distracted. Punk gets distracted, and I'm not saying he has to lose the title. All I'm saying is that if you involve Finn Balor, it makes it a little bit more poignant. It kind of puts a little bit more emphasis on the match because not only does Roman have to worry about CM Punk, he also has to worry about Finn Balor.
hear me out.
Yes.
Oh shit! Here we go.
I got it for you. If you recall,
If I recall,
I think what you do, you put Finn Balor in there. He's got the thing with Punk, but he's also got history with Roman. Who was the first person to beat the Demon King?
Roman.
So I think what you do, if I'm doing it, you put Balor in there, and then you have Punk hit the GTS, fall on top of him, coup de grace.
1, 2, 3.
He tosses Punk off out of the ring, covers Roman 1, 2, 3.
shock and awe.
Shock and all.
Now, because see, Roman doesn't need this, and I'm going to be honest with you, Roman's not going to be around much longer.
Nah.
Yeah. So what are you going to do? You're going to put that title on. You're going to put that title on Roman to only be there part time.
So
And
I
Punk
think
already said it. Punk had already stated that. Sorry.
you got Finn Balor versus the Z-Bros.
Z-Bros.
So I think what you do, you have Balor win it. But also at Mania, you have Dom lose everything.
Okay.
Lose the AAA by now, have him lose a AAA title. Have him lose the IC title. Then Dom starts getting jealous that he was the one that had it all. But Finn has it. So, I mean, if you want to keep the Judgment Day going, okay. But you have
I think
them
it
turn
should
on
just be the
Finn.
girls. I honestly
Honestly,
think,
make it a women's stable.
yeah. Well, what do you do with JD?
NXT.
JD is supposed to be back, I guess, sometime soon. They don't say when, but I just know he's supposed to come back soon.
Maybe he's a masked man.
Hey now.
Hey, that would be cool. That would be cool.
I think he's
Well,
a little.
we could go back. Why not 2 triple threat matches for both world titles? I mean, you could do Cody versus
Jacob
Jacob
Drew.
versus Drew
Versus
you know,
Randy. If you want to make it
if you want to make it a fatal 4-way, hey, throw Randy in there. But the only thing that is kind of is, does the winner of the Elimination Chamber have to choose somebody on SmackDown? Because Liv hasn't really made her choice. But I'm pretty sure what we're going to end up getting is her versus probably versus Stephanie. But again, I go back to, it has to be worth our while to want to go out and genuinely want to be enthusiastic to want to see these matches.
So the other thing that it was reported was that Brock versus Oba is not set in stone. So there's that match to consider, but also there is the career killer, Gunther.
I would love to see Gunther beat Brock or Gunther.
Now, call me a conspiracy theorist, but I think I know what Gunther's real match at WrestleMania is going to be.
I think Gunther's going to beat Dragon.
Nope.
No, AJ's going to come back and
it's going to be Gunther versus AJ Styles.
and
I know people are going to say, "Well, he already beat him."
No. They did the thing with Dragon Lee this week that he's going to go against Dragon Lee next week, and then AJ, once the music hits, he'll pop off, and then we'll get that rematch again. He's like, I'm not done yet.
I think what's going to happen, we had the match. Remember last year when Jade came back at Elimination Chamber?
Yeah, and she beat up Naomi.
I think something's going to happen where someone's going to get eliminated from the Elimination Chamber. Gunther's going to be in the ring. AJ's going to come in. And he's going to hit a Styles Clash on Gunther. And then someone's going to pin Gunther. And you're going to have Gunther is going to say, I want him one more time.
That is a great build.
That would be a good one.
Because I'm telling you, this whole thing just feels off. Like, and people say, well, what do you mean? When he beat Goldberg, he didn't mock Goldberg at all.
Nope.
When he beat Cena, did he mock Cena's entrance at all?
Besides doing this, no.
But he did that for Styles.
Yep.
I'm sorry. I like Dragon Lee, but Dragon Lee versus Gunther is not a WrestleMania match.
It's Elimination Chamber match, but it's not a WrestleMania match.
I think
it's a main event match.
The chamber match.
Yes.
So I'm telling you, I think it's going to be Gunther versus AJ at Mania.
You know, you talked about ticket prices. Sorry to jump off the subject. You started talking about ticket prices, and I mentioned to you guys before we jumped on. Denise has a video that you can go watch on her channel, where she's talking about how now hotels in Vegas are actually not going to do any features. Like last year, there were hotels where they had like it by the pool area, and some of the hotels, even like that the Circa has this nice big area where you can go over there, and it has this big ass fucking screen. I think they called it the world's largest sports book, and they were showing WrestleMania, and they were charging people to get into the area to go watch it. You know, like $50 to go watch it. And then I forgot what other hotel out there. They have a big old pool area, and they have 2 large screens out there, and they were getting people to go in there. They had food, a buffet out there too for people to go out there and go eat. The name of one of the hotels just south of the Strip, it's called the Red Rock. They had a whole big old buffet. They were charging $50 for every person to go in there, go watch it. They had lounge chairs and everything for them to go watch it. It was beautifully set. So I guess what she said is now, I guess she got an email or something like that, and there were reports that that now hotels are not going to do that, or WWE is restricting hotels from doing that because they want to get people to go to WrestleMania because they know that ticket sales suck. Now, why do ticket sales suck? We just mentioned why they suck. Because if the card isn't good enough, people are not going to want to go.
Yep. Not only that, but it surely couldn't be the fucking ticket prices, could it? No.
No. Hold on. And we're speaking of ticket prices. Did you know that in fucking Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, that the ticket prices for Royal Rumble were under $100?
Wow.
For premium seats, right?
Even for premium seats, they were under $100.
Wow.
SmackDown was only $9 fucking dollars.
Hot damn.
There were ticket prices for SmackDown for $9. We can't get that here.
Wow.
There is no way possible we can get that here. And we're talking about fees and everything like that. We don't get that here. We don't get that privilege.
No.
Which sucks.
It does. Whew. Now, when we talk about privilege, this also makes us go to our final topic. This is for the New Yorkers on the show and also just wrestling fans in general. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but Dan and I are from New York. So AEW Double or Nothing 2026 is headed to New York. Andrew Zarian is reporting via the Matt Men podcast on X that Tony Khan plans to take AEW's tentpole pay-per-view Double or Nothing to New York in 2026. The company has announced a concrete date for the show just yet, but every single one since Double or Nothing debuted in 2019 has taken place over Memorial Day weekend. Zarian says that Double or Nothing will take place at the Louis Armstrong Stadium in Queens, New York. That venue holds approximately 14,000 for tennis matches, but the number will surely fluctuate for pro wrestling. It really depends on the setup AEW uses for one of their biggest pay-per-views this year. 4 of the first 6 Double or Nothing shows took place in Las Vegas, 2020, and 2021's versions occurred in Jacksonville. The 2025 show went on the road to Glendale, Arizona. Now New York is firmly in Khan's crosshairs. Traditionally, New York has been considered a WWE hotbed territory, and Queens and the Louis Armstrong Stadium are in Tony's sights. The Double or Nothing 2026 will be the third AEW pay-per-view to take place in the city after World's End 2023 and Forbidden Door 2024. So,
Yeah, New York, I'm coming for you.
I love you all in New York, I'll pay you.
So,
Well, okay, go ahead.
Quick, just to kind of go back to WWE's ticket prices.
Yeah.
So I just went on to Ticketmaster.com and pulled up WWE WrestleMania 42. And now this is for the 2-day pass.
42 or 40, no, 42. Sorry, my bad.
And the most expensive ticket is section A1, which is the right by the aisle. It's the aisle section. And we're talking section 4, section A1, row 5, for one ticket for both nights, $15,990.
Wow. Wow.
Now let's see.
The cheapest seats in the house.
Oh yeah, we checking that. Price.
It has to be close to like 200 $300 a fucking
How much do you say it is?
I said probably close to maybe anywhere between 200 and 300.
You're not even close.
Yeah, damn. That's why I'm not going. I'll be in Vegas, but I'm not going to WrestleMania.
It's in the 300s, level 345,
You know
row
that's
5. So we're talking nosebleeds.
Yes,
Okay.
we are.
For both nights, $542 per ticket.
Hot damn. Wow.
And this is why I'm not going to WrestleMania.
Exactly.
Back to AEW. Now, obviously, you said it. They usually do it Memorial Day weekend.
Yep.
Problem with that is that you have the U.S. Open for tennis.
Yes.
So obviously, they're not doing it that weekend. The following weekend, I'm pretty sure that's probably when they're probably more than likely going to do it. But you have pretty much September, the end of August, September, all the way up until I think it's the middle or late September is when the U.S. Open ends.
Yes.
Or something like that. So if they're going to do it, it'll probably be the weekend before that. You're talking about when they usually do All Out.
Yep.
But before I get to that, dear Tony Khan, see, sometime in April, say around the 17th, 18th of next year.
Yep.
See, we as fans would like for you as a very, very valued owner of a awesome fucking company to do us fans one little dinky little favor. See, there is that rival company who shall remain nameless, who is doing a bullshit show. Sorry, I had to cough now. Sorry. Across the, over there. And see, we here would like something for us. So as fans we are asking you if you can possibly maybe do a show or two, 2-nighter event. Hold on. 2-nighter event here in the States at a stadium of your choosing, sir, to entertain the fans here in the States. You can probably start it maybe around 4 o'clock because that other rival company will have already have their show. And see, that's 4 o'clock Pacific. That would be 7 o'clock Eastern time. And then maybe around 5 o'clock, start the main show. But if you want to start maybe like an hour earlier and, maybe start it because that other company will have probably already had their show done already. So this way you could start your show and us fans here can already be piling into it and traveling to go see it, because we as the fans here in the United States would love nothing more than to be entertained by a very, very great, amazing, awesome fucking company like yours.
To expand on that idea, we all know how spiteful Mr. Anthony Khan is. Instead of doing a stadium show, you really want, and I know he still has some heat for Triple H.
You don't say.
They said that they view New York as in play. Sometimes when you play cards, you got to put all the chips down and go all out. I can think of one venue in New York that if I'm Tony Khan, I'm doing whatever I got to do to make it happen.
Madison Square Garden.
Yep. Think about it. WrestleMania weekend, you have a 2-night show. In what venue did WrestleMania start?
Madison Square Garden.
Now, is it the biggest venue in the world? No.
No.
Does it need to be? No.
No.
How many wrestling companies have held shows there?
WWE, ROH, and New Japan for the G1, the Supercard weekend. And yeah, that's about it.
So I'm telling you, if I'm Tony Khan, I'm doing whatever I got to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not announcing it right away until WWE can't do anything. Because you're going to, and how often WWE doesn't hit new MSG like they used to.
I mean, they did the theater at Madison Square Garden for NXT, but that was really about it.
But we're talking the main room.
I know.
The big show.
Yeah, no, it's been a very long time.
So you do it. You fire that, what's the expression? Fire a shot across the bow.
Yep.
This is what you do. You really want to be the alternative? Madison Square Garden's where you do it. And you call your show Wrestle War. Or maybe you make Forbidden Door a 2-day show in 2027 in Madison Square Garden. And you reach out to all the other companies out there. I mean, we're talking CMLL. We're talking New Japan. We're talking Pro Wrestling Noah. Any company out there, you say, hey, you want to play?
Stardom.
Come on in.
You call Stardom. Hell, you can go Mr. Patrick Corbin, see if he wants to, might want to join in and see if he might want to bring NWA over here, to kind of help out, his company. Or better yet, somebody up north, up there in Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling might actually want to join in.
You want to create a moment there?
Scott D'Amore?
Whoever has the NWA World Championship at that time, you have them wrestle Dustin Rhodes.
Ooh.
I like that.
And you have Dustin win it.
In Madison Square Garden.
In Madison Square Garden. That would be beautiful.
I'm telling you, Tony, if you're watching this, which you should be, because, hey, your Super Bowl, you didn't make it to the Super Bowl.
Sorry.
Thanks to Buffalo for that one. I'm telling you.
We're not razzing you on your team. We think your team is okay.
And, also,
I like certain players on your team, by the way, Mr. Tony. I like certain players on your team.
Another thing to consider, Tony, springtime of 2027, summertime even, we got a nice new stadium in Orchard Park, New York. Beautiful stadium.
Ooh.
Indoors.
Oh, not indoors. We don't do that up here.
Well, we don't do that up there. Okay, I'm sorry. My bad. Oh, it's my bad.
We
said retractable roof.
Yeah, we don't do that.
Okay.
Well,
That would have been too expensive.
No,
Well,
but all we're saying is like Tony. We think you should take advantage of the fact that they're over there in Saudi Arabia, and you have an opportunity to do something here in the United States. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where you do it at in the United States. Hell, I don't even care if you do it in Mexico. I don't care if you do it in Canada. I just think you have the opportunity to do an event, not just one night, but 2 nights. And you have the opportunity to take a bunch of different wrestling companies and join them together to have this 2-night event. This one singular event that could be 2 nights and people would flock to.
Agreed.
Just to fight that other company.
Agreed wholeheartedly, gentlemen. I think we need something to spice up that weekend. We talk about Saudi Arabia so much, as Paul has mentioned many a times, fuck Riyadh season. So if we could get the wrestling conglomeration, see what I did there, together for a hell of a show in 2027, let's fucking do it. And what we will do is give you more audio goodness and video goodness as well with our next episode of the RWT podcast. We appreciate y'all for listening. Next week is the Elimination Chamber, so we'll be doing predictions next week and giving our thoughts on that. And you can check out this show, which will be out later this week, that we gave to you and all of our awesomeness. Yes, we reek of awesomeness. And someone who does reek of awesomeness.
So does Rule.
So does Rule. Mickey's got the soda. Mickey's got the soda. Dan, where can we follow you on the social media front? Please go ahead.
Recorded the newest version of the Pundit today. New intro. I did a little bit of playing around. I think people are going to like it. Should be up once done editing. I'd say Thursday.
All right. Hell yeah.
Mike's going to put links below. Y'all already know.
And kicking with the TSK, the Riyadh Rumble is out on the TSK YouTube channel. So check out Dan there with all the boys at the TSK. Too sweet.
It's what we do.
Mr. Paul Morales, where can we follow you on the socials?
The name isn't really there, but the Dead Man of RWT, you can find me. All my links down below. My link tree will send you to all my social medias. And of course, you can find, everything there. Look, you could just find everything there. My brother from another mother, Mr. Michael Larkin. Aside from Pornhub, where else can we find you?
Bound chicken, wow. You can check me out, SM Show 1 or MCL92 on Twitter. Instagram is Larkin_92, MLarkinMB. S&M Network Shows is the YouTube channel. Subscribe so you can check out the RWT podcast. Dan and I are on Cage Season 6. Our 3rd episode will be dropping this coming week as we will be doing our thing. We also have Deep Into the Heart of Wrestling with myself, Nicola McDonald, and Robert Davis, the Steve and Mike Show. We also have some pop culture, the LFC podcast, On the Mic with Mike. The list of assortments is a variety, and we love giving that to each and every one of you. SteveandMikeShow.com, LFCfights.com. This coming week, is LFC 46, The Tunnel of Love from the FSW Arena. So if you want to head out to Las Vegas and check some LFC on Valentine's Day, what a better way to do it with some beautiful women and some lingerie, baby. Because like Usher, I'm a freak for sexy lingerie. So with that being said, for the Dead Man of RWT, Paul Morales, for Daniel Crimmins, my name is Mike Larkin. We'll see y'all next time. And as always,
subscribe!
I'll pay you. Fuck
no, he
me.
won't.
My God.
And fuck Megan Kelly.
And fuck the Triple H.